Yeah, I think after the first couple games, we got a little complacent with we're out rebounding everybody pretty easily, and we didn't hit anybody anymore. So we gotta get back to hitting and making sure we box out people because if we play against athletic teams and we just let them fly in, then they're gonna get a couple. And this team was athletic too, and you saw that, especially at the end. They just kept flying in, and we didn't box out.
You hit 3 of 3 from behind the arc. How have you seen already how Hoiberg's offense fits your game as far as getting those type of looks?
It's a very like a lot of flow into offense, a lot of freedom, and especially with like me being able to handle the ball and kind of know what to look for. If like today we kind of play against a team where the bigs mostly drop, so I know there's some space on top, and I think most of my threes were kind of within the elbows on at the top. So coach is really good at creating openings where all different guys can play to their strengths. And I guess today just was my day where I can get a couple open looks, and luckily I knocked them down.
You talked about checking a big thing off the box and getting the win. In a game where maybe the rebounding wasn't good as it needed to be, the defense was on and off, to win by 13, get a victory, stay perfect. How important is that, especially with the degree of difficulty picking up here over the next couple of weeks?
I mean, yeah, coach just said it in the locker room, like never apologize for winning. I'd rather win ugly than lose and play well. Like, yeah, today is just good that we got the win, but we got to realize that we're definitely not there. Like 7-0 looks nice, but we're definitely not there where we need to be heading into these tough games and conference play. So just staying hungry, staying like Jamar said in the locker room after coach got done talking. Like we got a day off now on Monday, and then Tuesday we're practicing again. Just come in ready to practice. Let's get better.
Have you seen the offense kind of develop as you've gotten guys back and you've had a little more opportunity to build chemistry? How has that affected the offense?
I mean, we got more weapons, like especially Casey coming back. Like Casey is a huge weapon. I don't know what he was from three today, but he was damn near perfect too. I don't know the exact stats. And then yeah, and then Juwan. I mean, I don't know what he had today, but in the previous couple games, you see how much of a weapon he is on offense, and just having all those guys back in the flow of offense. Like guys are gonna have their day. Like I guess today was my day, but like the next time somebody else can have a huge game, and just having all those different guys that know how to score and know, and now with time we know how to play better together. Like 7 games in, you learn each other's tendencies. So I mean, offense was good today, like 80 something points. Like offense is good. Now we just gotta get back to the gritty, grindy defense that we showed in a couple games, but definitely not consistent enough. Thank you guys.
out to you as some of the maybe more concerning parts of this win?
Well, we got a lot to work on in our off week here, and it's an important week for us. First of all, for recovery, we've got a couple guys dealing with some nagging injuries. We played a lot of games in a short amount of time in the early portion of this season. Now it's about getting back to what we were doing earlier, especially on the defensive end. I just feel like we've lost our edge a little bit on that side of the floor. Got to get back to rebounding. We got to get back to hitting. We got to get our physicality back. I thought we defended our first shot defense was better in the second half than it was in the first, but then too many second chance opportunities, 15 offensive rebounds. We cannot continue that trend. I think it was 11 the other night, and we got to get that fixed here. And it's the week, the way it'll play out with the next few weeks with our schedule. We have to take 2 days off this week, so we'll be off tomorrow, come in for a good hard physical workout on Tuesday, off on Wednesday, and then get 3 days to prepare for one of the top teams in the country. But we got to get that fixed if we're going to have any success moving forward. There certainly was some positives, especially on the offensive end. We're sharing the ball well. We're taking care of it for the most part. I think 9 turnovers tonight to 19 assists. But we got to get back to that hard-nosed defensive mentality. That was our identity early on in this season. We got to get back to that. Love how we're getting to the free throw line. Another good night there. That's important. Need to continue on with that when we get those opportunities. And I thought our efficiency, for the most part, especially early when they were scoring, it was back and forth too much. But our offense was in a pretty good rhythm tonight.
Offensively, how have you seen the team kind of evolve as you've gotten guys back and been able to build more chemistry?
Well, I think the thing that I've been really pleased with, and big emphasis tonight was making simple plays. We knew they were going to swarm the ball. Very similar to the last game. Anytime you put the ball on the floor, if you took an extra dribble, they were going to be on top of you, making simple plays. And our guys have done a solid job with that. We're reading the offense a lot better than we were, reading the defense a lot better than we were early in the season. And it's a read and react system, and our guys did a great job finding Rink, stepping out, hitting shots, getting him the ball on the block. Casey's efficiency, I think 5 shots, 17 points. Stands out. Bryce had a nice little rhythm going out there as well. So, for the most part, I was pleased on that end. Obviously, we'll know more after we go back and watch the tape. But, for the most part, I was pleased with our effort on that end and, the way that we're moving in the right direction on offense.
Speaking of taking care of the ball, Marcus, third straight game, no turnovers, 2.3 assist to turnover ratio. He's been a lot for you. Obviously, a little scare there.
Yeah, I was really pleased with Jamarcus's pace tonight, and I didn't think we ran with him well enough in the first half. But we talked about hopefully getting out and getting some transition baskets, and I thought we could expose them a little bit in transition, and we did get some good looks when we got the ball down the floor. I thought we ran better in the second half, even though we had a little bit of a lull there around the 10-minute mark. But yeah, overall, I've been really pleased with Jamarcus. I think his shift from off-the-ball mentality to now having to get us into an offense, I've been really impressed with how he's handled all that.
Are there certain guys you look to on defense to lead that part?
Yeah, I mean, Juwan was a big part of it last year. I mean, when he went down, we had a top 35 defense in the country, and he was a big part of that. He and Emmanuel Bandamel, obviously were the 2 guys that I think really spearheaded that defensive identity that we had a year ago. So we do look to him. Josiah and Rink are 2 hard-playing guys in your front court that are going to give you an effort every night. Jamarcus and Bryce are 2 guys that can stay in front of the ball. Sam is a guy that's given us great minutes on that end. He got driven by too many times tonight. So, just overall, you got to find a way to make a stand. We won some games earlier this year when the ball wasn't going in the basket. If the ball wasn't going in tonight, I'm not sure we win this game. So we just got to find a way to get that defensive edge back. And once we do, if the offense keeps going the way it is, we're going to be a pretty good team.
I know you were excited when you brought Rink in about how he could shoot it. I mean, 3 for 3 tonight from behind the arc. Just how much does that add to the offense when you've got that big that can get it?
Yeah, it's so important, especially in this system. And it's a 5-out spread offense, and when you got a guy on top of the floor that can make shots, it just opens up everything. It's going to open up cutting and lanes to the basket for our playmakers. And when you got a guy up there that they have to guard, it gets the shot blocker away from the basket, gets him out of the paint. and it makes it tough to prepare for. So, Rink's doing a good job right now reading whether slipping into the pocket or popping out to the top of the floor. I think the first possession in the second half, that was just a read by Rink on a flow play going into the possession, and it was a great read, and I think a really good play by Bryce to get him that open shot.
Maybe you didn't feel like today was your guys' best work, but 7-0 and with a week off now into this next stretch, does it feel like a quarter pole or something of the season? Like,
Well, as I told the guys, we're exactly where we should be right now. These were games that we had to win, and our guys did the job and took care of business. We still have a long ways to go with this group, and a lot of teams do at this stage of the year in the early portion of the schedule. We had a couple games recently that we've been tested with Duquesne and with this game today, and I think we've responded for the most part pretty well. One area I would like to see us grow, and we've had 17 or 18-point leads in the last two games, and that's gotten back down to 10 or under. And we've got to find a way to, step on a team when they get down and hopefully extend that lead up into, into the 25 to 30 as opposed to coming back down. So just closing out games is going to be important moving forward. But, 7-0, it's pretty darn good. I'm happy with where we are. It's better to learn from a win, and we got plenty of things that we're going to learn from this game.
Max Jones, was there adjustment at halftime?
Well, we put a bigger guy on him, and we started with Bryce on him, and then Juwan had him pretty much the rest of the game, and he just was going right through our chest. We wanted to make a stand and make him, as we talk, shoot it through the goalposts. Kid's a heck of a player. He's physical, he's big, he's strong, and he exposed us tonight. He made his shots. That's another area where if he makes shots, he's a tough cover. So it's great to have the luxury of a guy like Juwan in Bryce at 6'7" and 6'8" that can really get out there and defend a perimeter player like that. Thanks, guys.